Good morning. I suppose you've all heard about that awful news in Tullamore and about how that teacher Aisling Murphy has died. It's such a tragic story, and I imagine all of you this morning are thinking about her family and the children that she was the teacher for. She seems to have been a really nice teacher, and I know children have such love for their teachers, and teachers have such love for the children in their schools. So just imagine how sad this is. I suppose you're wondering what you can do. There's not much that any of us can do for Aisling now, but I think we can all agree that we need to do something to make sure that this never happens again. That this should never happen to any teacher, to any woman, to any person in Ireland. And there are lessons that we have to learn from that. We have to think that all the things that we say that allow things to go by, for things that are said to children, to adults, to people because they're girls or because they're women, to people because they're black or yellow or white, or because they're a different size or a shape than I am, because they've got different eyes or hair. We've got to stand up and say no to any of that. We've got to say that this is not acceptable, that we're all made in God's image and likeness, that God loves each and every one of us, and nobody should be bullied. Nobody should have bad things said about them. And if we stop it at that stage, then there's a hope that we can stop it happening when it gets to being adults. That if we learn those lessons now, that then we can get rid of this sort of violence. There are no easy words for this sort of violence, but it's gender-based, it's sexist, it's domestic violence. There's no such thing as anybody being in the wrong place at the wrong time. There's just people doing wrong things to people who should be free to walk our streets, to walk by river banks and canal banks, to go for a jog. So please, during this week, think about Aisling Murphy's family. Think about the children who are in her school, and think about how you can say no to bullies, to people who jeer and mock, to people who tell inappropriate jokes, to people who think they're smart when actually they're deep down, they're just helping violence to go on. These are tough times for a lot of children and for a lot of teachers. Be good to your teachers too, and be good to one another. God bless you. It's good to see you this week.